I have to refilm this, so it's not really a first impression, so more of an overall review since I've been using it consistently throughout the month anyways. This is my face without makeup on, anything on it at all. So this is just a scar from a fight I had with one of my pimples. I'm going to be doing a review on the Acne Fighting Foundation and the Maximum Coverage Concealer. And since I've been using these products throughout the month, I've gotten a really good feel for how they apply and how they work with my skin personally. It's really hard to buy foundation online because you can't really tell from the swatch on the website whether it's going to match your skin color or not. So I got Buff and Beige. And then in the concealer, I got Nude. This is Beige. Buff. I found that mixing these two colors together create the perfect shade for my skin tone. So hers is in Sand. You can see the difference between each skin color. I'm a quarter black, but I didn't get like the pigmentation that she got. She's quite a bit darker than me. First things first, I put on my moisturizer and I use this CeraVe moisturizing lotion for normal to dry skin. When I first started wearing makeup, I didn't understand why my skin would look so ugly after I put foundation on. I realized it's because I needed to exfoliate my skin so it was smooth, and then I needed to hydrate it so there wasn't dry puckers everywhere. It took me a really long time to figure that out. Just keep that in mind, you definitely need to moisturize your skin before you put on foundation if you want your application to look even. I don't know about y'all, but I get like dry spots around my nose a lot. And there's always like flakes right here, and it looks like I have like boogers. It's so weird. I mix these two colors, Buff and Beige, together. And then with this e.l.f. powder brush, it's a flat top kabuki and it's really good for buffing in foundation. So all I do is swirl the foundation on my skin, and then I just dot it all over the place. The consistency of this foundation is thick, but it's not super cakey. Go ahead and put foundation on my eyelids too to work as a primer. I've noticed that like my eyelid skin is like different than the rest of my skin, and it's like a little bit darker. So after I've dotted my whole face and I look freaking crazy, take your brush and just buff it in. With this foundation, I don't even need a primer. It would last all day. I don't know if it's because it's an acne fighting foundation, but because I'm lazy and sometimes I like sleep with my makeup on, it doesn't cause me to break out like crazy in the morning when I wake up when I haven't washed my foundation off. See, it blends in super easy. It has like a medium coverage, and you can always just layer more on if you wanted a fuller coverage. As you can see, it helped even out my skin tone, and it covered up my red areas like around my nose, and it covered up this thing really well with just one application. I'm just gonna put a little bit more on there. Tapping it all over my face to blend it in with everything. Okay, sometimes you know when you use like a brush to apply foundation, it can get streaky, so I'm buffing it to like blur the lines. How about dinner for two? The texture of this foundation after I just buffed it in and everything, it's very skin-like still. It doesn't feel like super cakey, and it doesn't feel like you have like a shit ton of foundation on your face, which is a good thing. So then I go in with the Maximum Coverage Concealer. And I am in the color Light. And then my sister, she's in the color Beige for concealer. You guys can see the difference there. There's Light and then there's Beige. e.l.f. Acne Fighting Foundation has salicylic acid, witch hazel, camphor, and tea tree and aloe. So it has a lot of good ingredients for your skin. Also, I really love the packaging for both the foundation and the concealer because it's super easy to travel around. It's not going to spill because it's a tube. It's easy to squeeze out, and it's just, I love it. It's so convenient. So all I do is I take the concealer in Light and I put it underneath my eyes like this. I put it on my eyelids. I just really like doing this because it really helps brighten up my skin. The foundation pretty much covered up my dark circles very well, but I just love adding this extra boost of light, I guess. I don't know, it just brightens up my skin. It helps me look more awake. You guys see a difference with the concealer? So I don't know if you guys have this problem, but with me, when I put like concealer or foundation underneath my eyes, it creases and I hate how that looks. And a trick I found to prevent creasing underneath my eyes is to set my concealer or foundation right away. And I use the e.l.f. high definition powder, and I love this stuff so much. I love the way it applies to my skin, and I love the way it makes my skin look flawless. All I do is I take some of it and tap it into the lid, like that. And the first thing I set is underneath my eyes. And the rest of my face, I don't really care that much. I can like do whatever and set it later and it'll still be okay, but especially underneath my eyes, it needs to be set right away. I go ahead and set my eyelids as well, because I usually don't wear eyeshadow, so if I don't set it, then it's going to crease up here too. And that's all I need to do to make it foolproof, and it will not crease all day. It's amazing. To set the rest of my face, this is the e.l.f. complexion brush, and I take this and I swirl, and then I tap the excess, and I just apply it to my skin. I try not to go too heavy. So that is how I apply the foundation. And as you guys can see, it has great coverage and it looks very natural. I don't look crazy cakey.
Is that too much to ask? Let's not dwell on the past no more.
I love this foundation. It has not broken me out. It offers great coverage. It's super blendable. And if you want more coverage, it's super easy to add more product and not look cakey. I have oily, acne-prone skin. It's very good for my skin personally. My skin has improved while I've actually been using this foundation, so that's a plus. For you Asian girls out there, I would recommend the colors Buff and Beige. Buff if you're a little bit lighter than me, and Beige if you're around my skin tone. If you're a little bit darker than me, then I would recommend the next shade down, which would be Sand. If you guys are worried that you won't be able to pick the right color for your face, you can find e.l.f. products at Walmart and Target, so you can look in store to see if that helps. And what I did before I bought my foundations is I watched a lot of reviews on YouTube, and that helped a lot. And I hope my video helps you guys pick out your shade as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!